everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it's going to be really casual. I just wanted to film a little get ready with me video, if you will. I do work the graveyard shift tonight, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys how I do my makeup for the night shift. I just thought it'd be really fun and just kind of keep it casual for now. But I do have a reading update. So I did work the graveyard shift last night, but I did go ahead and start reading Fate Be Changed. This is the Twisted Tale version of Brave, and I do like it. I haven't made much progress. I'm only up to chapter 4, I believe. I'm on page 40, and I made some decent progress, but we were just really busy last night, so I really wanted to continue reading. But to me, page 40 is not too bad to start off the book. But anyway, I do see a lot of references from the movie, which is really exciting. I really like that because I do adore Brave. I really enjoy the movie. So I can see, though, so far, I can tell there's going to be a twist already, because originally, if you know the Disney movie Brave, she actually gets a cake from this witch, and it's kind of cursed, and she gives it to her mom so her fate can be changed. Well, it's already kind of twisted, because now in this story, Merida actually eats the cake. So I'm up to that part in the story. So I'm really anxious to see what happens next. I'm going to take this tonight and hopefully make some more progress. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be, because we're already March 29th. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to finish this by the end of this month, but we shall see. So I'm going to take this to work tonight. But anyway, there's my reading update. I just want to go ahead and update you guys on my reading and let you know that I do like to read at work, and I just made some progress. So I'm very happy with that. So anyway, we'll just go ahead and get started with my makeup routine. I'm just going to do casual wear. I do like to add color at night. I just feel like it kind of helps me wake up a little bit, and I like my eyeshadow to really be very, very obvious. I just love a eye color that pops. I just really, really like that. So I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you, but I do have to look at the mirror as I'm talking. But anyway, so to begin, I'm just going to start with my eyes. That's how I do my makeup. There's a whole bunch of ways to do it, but I do like to start off with my eyes first, because that way I can clean up the fallout. So we'll go ahead and do that. I am using Maybelline. This is the Superstay foundation, liquid foundation, number 118. I really love this foundation. It's really smooth, and I just really like to use that brand. I've used it for many years. So anyway, I just put a little bit at the tip of my beauty blender, and I put this on my eyes just to kind of set or create like a foundation for my eyeshadow, or a base, if you will. I thought I'd mention that for me, how you can really emphasize or maximize your reading time is if you actually take a book with you to work, if you're able to read at work. I'm able to read at work. Sometimes I can finish a whole book during the shift, obviously on and off, because I do have to work at some point during the shift, but I do feel that's where I get the most time, at least for right now. That's the most time I get out of my reading. That's when I really, really can maximize my reading time, is actually during work. And it's not necessarily that I don't have time at home. It's just I have so much things going on at home. So I feel like for me, it works better when I take a book to work, and I really, really can spend time reading. So that's how I've been able to really knock out my books and really get through my TBRs. So I really enjoy that. And I just feel that reading really does help the shift go by faster. I don't know if any of you read during your shifts at work, or if you're able to, but I do find that if you do take a book with you to work, the shift actually goes by pretty quickly. So I enjoy it. I really, really do. It just feels like you're in another world. Even though like you're working, it can be stressful, but when you escape into a book, it's kind of like you're not even there, if that makes sense. So now that I already applied the liquid foundation onto my eyelids, I'm going to put the Superstay 24-hour setting powder. It's the same brand, Maybelline, and it's the matching number 118. So I just like to set the foundation with a lot of powder. To me, if I put on a lot of powder on my foundation, it really helps the eyeshadow stay a lot longer. So yeah, going back to how I maximize reading or the tip I would like to give, if any of you work the graveyard shift, or if you're working and you really want to maximize your reading time, take a book with you and make a point to read it. make a point to pull out your book, leave it on your desk or wherever it is you're working at your stations. If you're able to. If you're not able to, that is totally fine. But if you're able to and you really just want to maximize your reading goals, take a book with you and make a point to read it. And that's how you can really, really maximize your time. And it does kind of help you break away from social media, if you will, like just mindlessly scrolling. I feel like sometimes if I mindlessly scroll too much, it really does get to me and I kind of feel like I'm just wasting my time. I do love social media, obviously. I love YouTube. I love posting on YouTube, but I just feel like when I'm at work, it really does drag on the shift. So I just really, really would like to emphasize that if you do take a book with you, just try it. It really does change your whole routine and it does make the shift a lot more enjoyable, at least for me. But if you disagree, that's totally fine. So now I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. I know I look a bit crazy, but that's just how I look. But now I'm going to go with this Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy. I actually got this palette from my sister-in-law. She gifted this to me. And I'm just going to, let me just shake off some of this excess. I have a little trash can down here. And that's where I like to tap it in. Okay. So now I'm going to take, I like this one. It's this Soft Sweet. So these two colors right here. And I like to mix my colors, especially if they're pinky vibes. I do like to brighten them up a little bit more or make them more heavy in the color. So I just mix them. It doesn't bother me to mix the colors because I want a really, really heavy look, if that makes sense. I just really love eyeshadow. I just love playing with it. And I'm just extra. The more color, the better, in my opinion. So first I'm just going to, I know it looks like a lot, but you'll see how I do it. So I just go right here and I do clean the fallout. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't get into my eyes. Just keep it closed and just add halfway to the middle of your eyelid. And then just to clean off the excess, I just get like my blending brush and I just kind of do that just to kind of get out of the way. And same thing. Again, these two colors. I don't know if you could see. So this color right here and then this one up here. And all I do is combine them. And I just get a little bit of each color. And I just tap out the excess. And then I just add it to the corner of my lid. This eyeshadow, it does have a lot of fallout, but that's why I really like to start with my eyes first, because I can clean all that up, as opposed to where if I were to put my foundation on first, it's not going to work because then I'd be cleaning it off. So I don't know why. I just always have that issue. I guess because I'm really heavy-handed, so a lot of fallout comes from my eyeshadow. So I just pack it on. And if it falls off, that's okay because I'm going to clean it off. So as you can see, it's kind of like all over my face, but all I do, take my beauty blender, I'm sorry, my blending brush, and I just kind of flake it off, like so. Just clean it up. And I know it looks crazy, but trust the process. And now I'm going to just clean off my eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with this. It's called Hot Tamale. It's this really, really bright hot pink. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's this color right here. So all I do is grab some, and I'm just gonna put it in the middle. And it's okay, I'm not really picky with my eyeshadow. I've done my eyeshadow for so many years that it just works for me. I just put it on. I'm not like, oh, it has to be here, here, here. Just pack it on. And I really need a lot of product because, not gonna lie, I do a lot of walking during that shift and the 2:30 shift as well. But when I go in at night, you would not believe how busy it gets where I work. So I do kind of sweat a little bit. So I like my eyeshadow to be really, really packed on because I don't like seeing it runny. But so far, this Too Faced brand, it's working out really well. I really like that. And I don't experience any runniness or anything like that. So I really like this palette. So I'm very happy to have it. And I like a color that pops. And you can see it's getting all over my face, but it's okay. I cleaned that up. So again, taking a lot on the brush, like so. And then I'm just going to add it towards the end, towards the middle. So kind of back and forth like this. See, like so. It looks crazy, I know, but we're gonna get there, you'll see. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this really bright orange. It's called Extra Spicy, and it's this really, really nice orangey color. And I like to kind of put that over the pink. I just feel it brightens up the pink a lot, so I really like this color. And it just adds like a different layer of color, so I really like that. So then I just kind of cover up a little bit of the pink. It's okay if it gets on it, you can always add to the pink, but I really like how it shows through. And I just like mixing colors. I like being playful with it. Now lastly, I'm going to go ahead and take this Cookie Call. It's this really, really nice dark brown right here. So I just grab some on my brush, shake off the excess, and then I just add it to the corners. And you're kind of making like a line, a vertical line here. And then going a little bit, not too much, but you're gonna cover up that orange a little bit. Because this is just to, for me, the brown is just to kind of give it more depth. I will try to get better at making get ready with me videos, but I do love watching girls put on their makeup because it kind of gives me little tips on how to do it. And obviously I just enjoy makeup, so I just love watching these types of videos, but I will hopefully get better over time. Make it look more cleaner, if you will, more cleaner look. But this is how I do it, so I'm not going to, you know, have everything like aesthetically pleasing. This is my normal routine, but it's all good. Everybody has their own little tricks on their makeup routine, and there is no rules anymore. There is no right or wrong, so you do you. Whatever works for you. If you don't like my look, that's totally fine. Whatever works for you works for you. But you know, I just thought I'd do a little fun get ready with me, if you will. So yeah, this is my basic look. I'm just adding brown to the corner of my eyelid, and then we're just going to blend it all together, and you'll see the final result. And then once I clean everything up, it'll look a lot better. I know I look really creepy, but you'll see right now in a second. So there, it looks like, whoa, what are you doing? But trust me, it'll get better. So then I'm just cleaning off my blending brush, and I'm really just cleaning up my face a little bit. And then I'm just going to blend everything together. And then here at this point, I can see if I need to add more pink or more orange, but I kind of like where it's going so far. I don't like to blend it too much because I really just like the colors to be very pigmented. So that's basically how I do it. I just leave it like that, just so it doesn't look too perfect. So I just like to blend it a little bit, and I don't want to lose that brown. So I just do my best to kind of blend it all together and make sure I'm not losing any of the other colors that I have on my eyes. So then I feel like right here I can use a little bit more pink. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm just making sure I got as much brown off as possible. And then I'm going back to the colors I had here and here. And just to line it up more where I brought the brown too much over, I just go back and I add more of the pink tone. And then I'll just blend it out. And that's pretty much it. So now what I'm going to do is add the white under my brows. So I'm just taking the white that's in this palette here. It's Vanilla Wafers. And I just add it on this flat brush here. And then I just go under my brows. And I just lined it up. I normally do highlighter and glitter, and I really like a more like glittery white. look or highlighter, but I'm not feeling that right now. I just really want to keep it casual. So this is how I just do it. I just lay it on there. And it's okay if it's a whole mess. We're going to clean that up. And this is my eyeshadow colors. That's basically all I do. So we're done, nearly halfway done with the eyes. And then I'm just going to clean this up. Okay. And again, this is all raw. This is how I get ready. I'm not neat. Everything just kind of gets piled up, but I do clean it up obviously afterwards. But yeah, this is how I start the eyes. And then I'm going to take the CeraVe moisturizing cream, and this is what I use to clean up all around my eyes. And then I actually use this as a guide to help me make my eyeliner wingtip. So I just take some Q-tips, as you can see, and then I just get some on a Q-tip, and then I'm just going to clean everything up. So once again, we're just continuing to clean up the fallout from the eyeshadow, but now we're just making our line for our eyeliner. So make it as sharp as you can. And you're basically just like drawing it with the cream. That's how I've always done it. It's to me, it's the easiest way to do it, because I am not good at eyeliner. I love eyeshadow. I can work with eyeshadow all day long. For some reason, eyeliner is just not one of my strongest skills. Never has been. I don't know why. It just doesn't work out all the time. Sometimes it's too thick, or I made the lines way too long, and I'm like, well, it is what it is. Just leave it. But no, I love eyeshadow. I can work with that no problem all day long. But when it comes to eyeliner, for some reason, I have my really, really good days where it's on point. I'm in love with it. And other days I'm like, well, just don't stare too hard at it. Then I just clean my eyebrows a little bit. But you can see the difference from this sharp line to not cleaned up. See? So I just use this as a guide, and I will do my wingtip on this line. You'll see. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. I don't know if you guys can see. Trying to get in better frame, but I'm just tracing the line. See? And to me, that's the best way to kind of create the guide for your eyeliner. For me. If you have another trick that works, that's great. And I know now there's so many new things to help prevent the fallout from getting on your eyes and everything, but I don't got time for all that. I just throw it on, clean it up, call it a day. Especially that I'm always doing something. I'm always on the go, especially with work when it's back to back. I don't have time to apply all that. So I'm just happy when I have my makeup done and I have a full face. I'm ready to go. I call it a day, and I'm happy with that, basically. So now you can see where it's sharper, a lot more cleaner. And I have used makeup wipes in the past to clean all this up, but I haven't bought any. So I just use Q-tip and my cream, and it does the job just fine. And that's basically my eyeshadow. And again, usually I'm a lot faster, but since I'm trying to walk you guys through it, it is taking me a little bit longer, but that's totally fine. I just like to show you guys my routine. So now I just tossed away the trash, and I'm just going in with this liquid eyeliner. It's by LA Colors. I stand by this. I buy it from Dollar Tree, and it works so well. I really do love this eyeliner. I bought like five of these, so I have backups. So I'm just going to take my eyeliner. Hopefully the eyeliner gods are with me, and it comes out okay. So I just take some, and then I like to do a thick end here and narrow it down towards the corner. So we're going to do that. As you can see. And it's okay if you don't go, like for me, I didn't go exactly too far in, because I realized when I'm putting my eyeliner, that's how I can kind of manipulate it. I'm like, oh no, that's too far in or too far out. So when I'm putting my eyeliner on, I just apply it closer to my eye, and that's how I manipulate it. to fit my needs. So then I just thicken it up here. I kind of do like a rough line, if you will, just to kind of see where it's at. So it looks weird right now, but give me a second and I'll show you. So I just roughly created my line, but I'm going to sharpen all that up. So now I'm just gonna bring my mirror closer and I'm just gonna thicken this up, narrow it down here. And that's how I do my eyeliner. Simple. So as you can see, I just roughly did it for right now. And then we're just going to sharpen it up. See, in this one, I literally used the groove or the line from my eyeshadow that we created, and then I'm just going to use it as my guide to fill it in. So far, I'm liking my eyeliner. Usually I don't, but it's working right now, so that's great. And that's my eyeliner. The eyeliner gods were with me this time, which is great, because usually it doesn't work out. So I'm just going to take a second and I'm going to grab my face brushes, because since the eyes are all done, now we're just going to go onto the face. So we are nearly halfway done with the whole makeup look. We're just moving on to the face now. And these are all my brushes that I use on my face. Nothing too crazy. And make sure I have everything. Okay. So now I kind of let the eyeliner set a little bit, because I do find well, for me, that I really am rough and I just pack on the foundation with the Beauty Blender. If I don't let the eyeliner set, it tends to crack. So I do kind of let it set a little bit and just make sure it kind of dried more so. But yeah, I just love these getting ready with me videos. I love watching girls put their makeup on. It just inspires me to get up and put my makeup on and be playful, and I love it. If you follow Marisa Marie on Instagram or on YouTube, I do watch her videos. She is just so enjoyable to watch with her makeup routines, her beauty routines. I love her charisma, her character. She's just funny to watch. She's really sweet. She's just so funny. I love her shopping hauls, but I love her makeup beauty routines. They just inspired me to be playful and just do whatever pleases you. So I highly recommend watching her. Her name is Marisa Marie. She's so cute. She's so funny. I love her channel, so go check her out. But anyway, I feel my eyeliner is pretty much set now. So now I'm just going to take my Maybelline foundation 118, and we are just going to put it all over my face. I don't usually put like the moisturizer on my face because my skin tends to get oily when I'm working. So I do kind of just leave it alone. If it's dry, it's dry, because this is very moisturizing. That's what I love about this foundation. It does have a moisturizing component to it, but I don't need all that extra oil on my face. I just don't care for that. But I'm just going to go ahead and literally pour this on my face. And I do a lot. Yes, I do put on this much. I know I look crazy, but this is my real routine. This is how I get ready. Just put it all on your face. So now I'm just going to basically take my beauty sponge or beauty blender, if you will, and just pack on the foundation. Keeping it simple here. And then here's a little tip. So as I'm working my way to cover up my eyes, I cover up all the fallout, all the basically the sharp lines where you can see my eyeshadow, cover that up, and it'll look like a clean, full, beautiful eyeshadow look. So just basically cover everything and follow your line, cover it with your foundation, and it'll look like it took hours to do your eyeshadow. No, just use it as a guide, buff it out, cover it up, and no one will tell the difference. So as I'm kind of making my way here, I slowly and carefully, it's okay if you use your fingers as well. That's kind of easier too, instead of this big old sponge. If you need to use your hands, go up for it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. Usually I put the foundation on my hands and that's how I apply my makeup, but I've been trying to get more comfortable with a beauty blender because I've been wearing fake nails. I'm letting my nails dry, or at least air out, until I put my new ones on, my new set. But that's why I'm trying to get myself comfortable with using a beauty blender. And obviously it just works better, but I do prefer using my hands. So again, when you're going closer to your eyes, just kind of cover or get as close to your eyeliner as possible. And it'll look really sharp and clean. And that's how you can really make a sharp eyeshadow look. So then I'm just covering up these lines. And the extra eyeshadow that I didn't put my eyeliner on, just cover it up, and your foundation will cover it up really well, and it'll really give you that sharp definition. And for me, I do like a little more fuller foundation look, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add more because I just want to. So I'm just adding a little bit more because I feel like I can still see my skin. And that's why I don't really care to use these, because I feel like it takes off your product, whereas you use your hands, it just sticks right onto your face. And I'm just doing my forehead now. I know I could use like a clip or something to get my hair out of my face, but for some reason, my hair will keep the shape of the clip if I put that in, so that's why I don't use those. And it'll just look more crazy. So anyway, just lift up my hair out of my face and just pack all that on like so. So yeah, going back to reading, if you can, or if you want to really maximize your reading time, I highly recommend taking a book with you to read it. You don't have to finish it during the shift, but just try it. And I'm telling you, it's a world of difference. It's better than mindlessly scrolling, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I do love to watch reading vlogs and stuff like that during my graveyard shift, or listen to music and watch other YouTubers. But sometimes I just want to read. You know, that's how I maximize it. I enjoy reading, so I try to fit it in anywhere I can, obviously. And work has just been doing that for me. But we do get busy, and I do have to work, so it's not like I could just sit there and read the whole time. But on and off, when I do, I feel so good. I feel so accomplished, and it really just helps me relax and enjoy my shift a lot better. That's just, I find reading at work it's made a huge difference during my shift, so I enjoy it. I cannot read though when I'm on a 2:30 shift. I cannot read during that shift at all because we are just super busy at that time. But I do enjoy graveyard shifts more so than the 2:30 shifts. I know it throws off my sleeping pattern and all that, but I enjoy it. I'm by myself. I get to have all my stuff out. If I was studying at the time, I could study on and off, obviously, but I enjoy it. I get to have a desk, whereas the 2:30 shifts, you really can't. It depends what floor you're on, but I love for the graveyard shift, I have that space, so I enjoy it. Okay, so now that the liquid foundation is on, I'm just going to take my hand or my fan here, and then I just dry my face. I do like to have the liquid foundation set a little more before I put any powder on, so I just fan my face and make sure it's semi-dry. Okay, so that only took like a few minutes. So now I'm going to take my Super Stay powder, my 24-hour Maybelline setting powder, and number 118. So then I just take my face brush and I pack on powder. I pack that on. The more the better, in my opinion. So then just tap off the excess like so, and then I just put that all over my face. Okay, and that's all for my face powder for now. So now we're going to move on to contouring. I do use this contour kit. It's the Anastasia. As you can see, I've used it a lot throughout the years. So now we're just going to move on to contouring. I do use these colors a lot. Just 1, 2, and 3. I don't even know the names, sorry. They don't have their names on it. But these two and this shaded brown. So I just grab a little bit of each. Not too dark. Like that. And then I just tap it. Or I'll wipe it like this. Just to take the excess off. And then I'm just going to contour my cheekbones. And again, I do like the heavy makeup look. So for some of you, it might look like, whoa, what are you doing? But this is just how I do it. And I just enjoy it. I just love packing on as much product as I can. So again, a little bit, tap it, wipe it, and just do the same thing. Then under the jaw, like so. And then we're going to move on to the outline of my forehead. I know it looks very defined, but we are going to buff all that out. So again, I like to just throw it all on my face and then we'll buff it out later. That's just how I roll. But there's a whole, how do I say this? There's so many more advanced, beautiful makeup routines that you can look up on YouTube. Those girls just do a phenomenal job at their makeup routines. But in case any of you are interested on how I do my makeup, I'm very basic. This is just how I do it. And I'm fast. I just throw it all on, call it a day, out the door. That's how I do it. And then I've started doing this. I contour my nose. I never did it before, but I recently started doing it and I actually like it. So I'm using the same colors, just cleaning off the excess. And then I just kind of go at the shape of my nose a little bit. Just like a very subtle look, nothing too crazy. Just like that. I just leave it alone. And then now we're going to move on to the fun part. I love adding blush or rouge, if you will. I love this Flower Nose brand. It's so beautiful. It just works with all your makeup. As you can see, this package is used up. I'll show you the embossing. You can hardly see anything anymore. But I believe this one is Bedtime Story, but it is the Chocolate Shop. And I just love the packaging. I'm still going to use this product afterwards. I'll just use it as a mirror. But I love this packaging. So this is, let me see if I can make out the writing anymore, or the print. It's #1 Bedtime Story. Yeah, I was right. So I love it because it's like a very subtle blush, but it has like a brown peachy tone. So I just take a lot of that. I know there's this thing now, it's called blush blindness. Call it whatever you want, but if you want to pack on your blush or your rouge, pack it on. Whatever you want to do. So I'm just taking some, tapping that, and then I'm just going over the brown of my contour. Like so. And I know it looks like a lot, but we are buffing all this out. Same thing on the other side. Put as much as you want. Tap it or wipe it. Same thing. Like so. Now, this other one I also got from Flower Nose. It's the strawberry line. Just look at that packaging. It's beautiful. And this one is #3 Basic Ballet. And as you can see, I've used it. You can hardly see the embossing anymore, but that's how much I love Flower Nose. I came across them when Chloe Bunny posted she was using one of their blushes, I believe it was the Circus line, and I fell in love with the packaging, and since then I was sold. So I have 2 of their blushes now. So anyway, I really like this one because it's really bright pink, and I just love adding that to the bottom layer of the Bedtime Story from the Chocolate Shop. So again, pack on a lot, clean it up or tap it, and then we're just going to go over the top, or all over basically. It don't have to be specific, but we're just adding that onto the top to kind of make that blush pop more, because I do love a blush look. I just love the pop of color on the face. And I don't know why, especially during graveyard, working the graveyard shift, I feel if you have a lot of color on your face, it wakes you up. At least for me, it does. So now that we're all done with the blush and the contouring, I'm going to take this Ioni eye powder. So I got this from Dollar Tree. It is the Ioni brand, and I love this highlighter. I am so sorry. When I wake up from my graveyard shifts, I can't, or the next day, I cannot speak. My words get so tongue-tied. Don't ask me why that happens. I guess I'm not fully awake. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. So we're just taking this highlighter, and I'm just using this flat brush. And I'm just going to highlight under my eyes, contour my nose, and a little over my brows. So we'll go ahead and do that. I really love this Ioni brand. I've even wore their press-on nails, and I love them. I have a couple of these actually, but I do love the white powder. So then I'm just going to go under my eyes to kind of brighten them up. Like so. I usually didn't do this step before, but I feel like when I add the highlighter under my eyes, it really does a difference to my makeup routine. So same thing, and pack on a lot. That's how I do it. If that's your look, great. If that's the vibe you're feeling, just pack it on. It is totally fine. Your face, your routine, however you want to do it. Again, this is how I do it, but I know a lot of other girls do a way better job than me, but this is just how I do it. In case any of you are interested. And then I just like to go a little bit over my eyebrows, kind of tie it all together. Kind of like one big circle. And it's all going to look very sharp right now, but once I put the finishing powder over everything, it's all going to blend together. And this is a great way too to really sharpen your eyeshadow at the end. And really just brighten up your eyes. So I really like this. And then we're just going to contour the nose. Or I'm going to contour my nose. And I really like the bright look on the tip of the nose. I think it looks really nice. So I just really like to add a lot of highlighter here. And then I just roughly go down the bridge of my nose. Like this. And then I just pack on as much that'll fit on there basically. And that's how it looks right now. I know you see all the sharp lines, but we're going to go ahead and buff all that out. So now I'm going to go back to my face brush here, going back with the powder, and we're just going to blend everything together. As you can see, it looks a lot more cohesive. Not so many sharp lines going on. A little bit more right here. Buff everything out, kind of marry everything together. Like so. So as you can see, the blush isn't so sharp. I don't have so many sharp lines going on all over my face. So now we're just gonna go up here. Add the powder, buff everything out like so. And face is done. So now lastly, oh, I forgot to get my highlighter. Give me 1 second. This is my Milk and Honey highlighter palette. My sister-in-law gave this to me for Christmas, and I've used it already, so that's why it's all full of makeup. but I really do like this highlighter palette. It's very, very pretty. So I like to use this pink and this white color, and I just use this fan brush here, and I just take some of the pink. This is Oh Honey, and this is, what does this say? Spoiler alert. That's a fun one. So just take some, as much as you want. I like a real glittery look. Just clean out or tap your brush to get the excess off. And then I just go over my blush and my contour, like so. I do like a shiny look, so I add a lot. And then same thing on the other side. And then just a little bit on my nose. And that's it. And then for my brows, what I like to do is I just take a clean Q-tip and I just clean off the powder that's gone on here on my eyebrows, just to clean them up. Just like that. And I pluck my own eyebrows. I don't go get them done or anything like that. I just pluck them and go over it with some eyeshadow, and I call that a day. So I'm just using this angle brush, and this is a e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, but I've used this for years now, and I just use this dark brown, and I just go over, or I fill in my brows with this color. I don't use black, even though I do have black follicles on my eyebrows, or black hair, but I just feel brown doesn't look so harsh, because if I use black, it's just gonna look way too heavy, and I don't like that. So I just put a little bit to get it off so it's not so sharp or too heavy, and then I just fill in my brows. Nothing fancy, I'm just filling it in. That's all I'm doing. And I just trace my brows and just fill the gappy parts, and that's basically it. And then I just use the brush part, and then I just brush it so it all kind of blends together. And then if I can see where some powders kind of got on my eyeshadow, I just clean it off like that, and it's done. So that is my overall makeup look. I'm just going to clean all this off so that way I can talk to you guys a little bit before I end the clip, but let me just go ahead. Oh, one more thing that I like to do too, before I forget. I just take some chapstick and I just kind of clean up my lips like this. Like so. And then I'll just take another Q-tip and I just wipe off the makeup from my lips. And that pretty much cleans it up. Okay, so I'll be right back in a second. I just want to clean all this off, wash my hands, see what earrings I'm going to wear, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. I just styled my hair a little bit, and just for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do my lip combo. I usually don't wear lip gloss for work because I just don't. It's graveyard shift, who cares? And also, I still wear like a surgical mask just for safety reasons, so I really don't care to have like lipstick all over my face, so that's why I don't. But just for the sake of this video, so you guys can see the overall look, I'm just going to use these lip glosses. I got these at Dollar Tree. I believe I showed them before, but they're like the Evil Queen look. So I'm going in with this one. I don't know if it has a name to it, but it's this pretty mauve color. So I put this on first. Again, I don't usually do like lipstick or lip gloss for work, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do that for you guys. So just a little bit of color on the lips. I really do love these glosses because they're very creamy, they're light, and they just go with any shade I feel, or any makeup look. To me, it fits the overall look. So then I'm just going with this Ursula one. It's very glittery. I'm sorry you can't see with the light, but it is very glittery. And I just like adding a little bit of shimmer to my lips. So I'm just going to take a little bit and add that. And that is my basic overall lip combo. So again, I really highly recommend these lip glosses. They're really, really smooth, really creamy, but they're also not heavy. So I really, really like these. So yeah, in case you guys are interested, check out your Dollar Trees. They should still have them, I believe. But this is my overall look. So yeah, I'm very happy with these. So yeah, this is my overall makeup routine. This is just how I do it. There's tons of other videos out there. If you guys ever look up makeup tutorials, there is way more better makeup tutorials out there on YouTube. Just go look them up. They're everywhere. They're very popular. So I highly recommend those in case you didn't care for my look. But this is just how I do it. And I just thought it'd be fun to film it for you guys so you guys can see how I do it just very casually. I just throw everything on and clean it up, and this is the overall look, and I just really enjoy it. I've done this look for many years now, so it works for me. So yeah, I just wanted to do a little casual chatty video and obviously give you guys a reading update. And if I can leave you guys with a tip during this video, it would be take a book to work with you if you really want to knock out your reading goals. I promise you will get there faster, or it'll help you really really help the time pass by during your shifts. It will go by like that. If you try reading during your shift, if you pick out a book that you enjoy and something that interests you, it'll feel like you're not even there. It'll feel like you're not even working. It just makes the shift so much more enjoyable. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you guys a reading update as well. I will be continuing this book tonight. Hopefully it's not too busy so I can get more reading done, maybe even finish it, who knows. Wishful thinking, but I wish I could finish this book obviously and hit my goal, but obviously if I don't, that's totally fine. I'm just going to continue it obviously until I finish reading. Oh, and this isn't my uniform. I'm just going to wear this while I nap so that way I can get up and go to work and change into my uniform, but I just like to wear comfy clothes obviously for my nap. But yeah, that is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy I got to give you guys another reading update and obviously show you how I do my makeup. I love makeup videos. I love get ready with me videos. They're really, really enjoyable. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Bye.